So both ways. Oh, Jesus, they're already chatting away.
They're chatting on our chat?
Refresh the YouTube app. Or no, like exit out of it and then... You and your fancy iPhone 11.
Same thing as always, son.
Very funny. Oh, we're live.
Whoa!
We are live, guys. It's taking so long. I apologize, Maria. I am so sorry that it took so long.
Ooh.
But guys, look, we're back. We're back together again. We're not chatting through weird Skype thingies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
We are back,
I'm
guys.
super excited. What's up, YouTube family? Happy Monday. Good morning, good evening, and good night.
Good. Good night.
Kidding.
Just got coffee.
Kidding. Just super excited that we're back. Everybody, happy Monday, wherever you may be, whatever time it may be. Thank you so much, as always, for giving us a little bit of your time. I know everybody has so much going on. We thank you, and it's always a pleasure to be on here for everyone's enjoyment.
Yes.
If they enjoy us. I don't know.
That's true.
Sometimes. But guys, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time. I know everybody has so many things going on, and we appreciate you jumping on and giving us a couple of minutes of your precious time to listening to our craziness. But thank you guys. Welcome everybody. Everybody's on the chat already. Thank you for jumping on. Remember, subscribe, like our video already, even though we just started. Just like it, and
hit the bell.
Hit the bell for notifications. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, Kim, so much to talk about. First of all, thank you for coming back, dude. I was feeling lonely here. I was like, what the hell's going on, man? This Skyping crap we're doing. I was like, I don't know. I was feeling so
I know,
bad,
but
man.
we had to keep
me anymore. No. I don't know. I thought I was gonna get a letter in the mail. I was gonna be like, you're not my father anymore.
Wow, damn! What are you going that far?
I don't know. It was just horrible.
No, so guys, we had to do this we had to do those last two streams like that because we had to keep safe because of all of the things, and we've talked about it multiple times in the past streams about COVID, the protests, everything. The world was going nuts around for the first 2 weeks.
It was.
So, but now everything's calmed down. At least, I mean, there's still COVID and stuff, but there's not as much protests going on. Because a lot of that's starting to calm down now.
Yes.
So we could see each other again.
Coffee.
See, I could see him drink his coffee again. In person instead of over chat.
However, dude, I love you to death.
Love you too.
Thank you for being back here.
Of course.
I love you. I love having you here. And it's not the same without you here, man. The Skype thing is cool, but it's not like you're having your son right here, bro.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people go through when they do stuff like this.
I would think so. But I'm just happy that we're back, and we are back and better than ever. Dude, so much to talk about. So much going on, dude.
Yes. Can I get into my first topic, please?
You open it up. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you guys didn't see my stream of the PlayStation 5 reveal, which my dad saw, I think he did.
Yes.
It's finally coming, and we know what it looks like, and we know what games are coming. Sony opened it.
Dude.
They opened it.
I went as far as checking their stock.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to see if it went up, and of course it went up because of the hype.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
But I was so excited, man. I was so excited that they finally did it, that they did the reveal. Obviously, it got the response that I was thinking it was going to get, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because everybody on Earth is waiting for this thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it is going to be amazing, man. But yeah, I was very excited to see that. I mean, obviously you and I were texting back and forth, and we were super excited. So
True.
I'm just glad it's out there, man, and I'm glad it's on its way. And
holiday 2020.
Dude, all I need to say is that this holiday is gonna be insane. You think there was lines before for like Black Friday and stuff like that?
Oh,
dude, people are gonna be like jumping off helicopters, man.
Going GTA all over the place.
Just jumping off helicopters into the lines at the stores, but it's gonna be insane.
Ethan the Hedgehog says, "I'm so way past excited." Yes, aren't we all for this PS5, man? At least we know what it looks like now, and the design. Let me tell you this, guys. The design, for me anyway, looks outstanding. I think they did an amazing job with how it looks. It looks so next gen.
Yeah, definitely next gen. I don't think I asked you about the color. Is it only that color right now?
I think it's only that color. I don't think they've released any like details if there's gonna be a black one, but I think they'll do that because they did that with the PS4, but they didn't do it later until it's maybe like first 2 years or so.
Yeah, I like the color. I like the white with the black accent. However, the only thing I don't like about that is that it looks like the Xbox. Remember the white one that came out? I don't know if it was the second to last or last one.
Yeah.
It almost looked like that, sort of. I know this one has different angles to it and different shape towards the top, but would I have picked a different color? I think so. Maybe stay with all black or do something different, but I think the lines are great. I think
especially like the blue light that comes in through between.
I mean, the blue light makes it, but I'm saying the lines and the design of it is obviously different than original. But maybe I would have went with a different color.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
Honestly, yeah, I think all people are gonna say that. For some reason, I thought there was already PS5. I've been living under for too long. She thought PS5 already came out already. We thought we were on PS6. Shadows Girl 1999.
Shadow. Were you under the shadows? What's going on? Yeah.
Dad
PS5.
said we're on PS6 now.
Yeah.
Dude, somebody made a comment like on our last stream. I think it was like the first stream we did over Skype and stuff, and they're saying, "Gotta get me a PA6."
No, it's
funny.
I think it's awesome. The unit itself looks futuristic. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. The specs on it are crazy.
Oh my god, dude! They went into a whole 1 hour talk about
dude.
the specs.
Yeah. Did they say price? I don't remember.
No, they haven't said price
They
yet.
said price, huh?
Some people are saying it's either
scary.
between $600 or $700.
Oof.
Those are leaks, but we don't. That's not confirmed by Sony or whatever. What Sony has said, or like what the people have been saying on the internet, is that they're waiting for Xbox to reveal its price, and then they'll reveal their price as well. See, so maybe like competition, maybe they can compete.
Yeah, I just don't like when they don't put price, man.
They're
You would think that they would put price because
I thought they were gonna put it in the stream when I watched it.
Yeah,
because it looks so. You just put it under the text.
I know their thought is we don't want to scare people with price.
Yeah.
We just want people to look at it.
Like
and be
they're
like, "Oh my
excited,
God,
and
I
then they're
want
like,
one."
"Oh,
Yeah. They just want people to look at it and go, "Oh my God, I want one. I can't wait. I don't care how much it costs." But then, there's always the crowd that has sticker shock, and I'm one of them. Like I'll look at something and I'll be like, "That's awesome." And then I go to the store and I look at the price and I'm like, it's not so awesome. But yeah, there's pros and cons about not releasing the price. But I think why not release the price? Get people prepared.
Yeah.
Because if I need to save for 8 months, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just something like that. But I don't know. I don't like it when they don't release the price. But anyways, it's out there. People are excited. We're excited. We can't wait.
Excited. I like how the controller looks too.
The controller looks really cool, dude.
Yeah, it's really big.
Really cool.
Really big. The PS4 is gonna cost so super much. With all the specs, however, we gotta think about this, is that PlayStation 4, when it came out originally, was cheaper than the Xbox. The Xbox One was $500, while the PS4 was, I think, $300 or $400. So,
okay.
I think they'll do the same thing when Xbox announces their price, and they'll probably just say, "Oh, this is our thing," even though it's powerful, but we're still going to compete because we know people are probably going to go to affordable consoles. That's like why back in the day when Xbox 360 and PS3 came out,
Right.
PS3 was way more expensive than the
Right.
Xbox, so more people bought the Xbox. Then you go to a turnaround where the PS4 and Xbox One comes out, more people bought the PS4 than the Xbox One because the Xbox One was more expensive than the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So hopefully they still go around that because that's
I think
the game of
there's
success.
so much. I think there's so much love and interest in this industry now that, it's almost going to be like the car industry now. Like back in the day, the car industry, you couldn't put the cars you couldn't make them too expensive for half of the people that lived in the world. But then you have your expensive cars that doesn't matter what price it was, they would buy them, and it just got worse and worse and worse with price. I think this is going to be the same thing for this. The consoles are going to start coming out on the high end of price, but they're going to sell because people are going to be ready to buy them. They want to buy them.
It's like Apple. You just buy.
Yeah,
you see
dude.
that. You see the iPhone. You're like, oh, it's too expensive, but
Yeah.
I'll get it anyway.
Yeah, so I think regardless, they're gonna sell a ton, and it's gonna be very successful. But anyways,
Especially the games they showed on that whole
Yeah,
reveal
did you see
thing,
that,
dude.
dude?
Oh my god, man! You talk about all the new games that are coming out.
how excited
man.
did that get you?
Awesome, excited, dude. Especially when they showed Spider-Man. The first game they showed in their reveal, Spider-Man, is coming out again on PS5. I was
Yeah.
just like,
That's
everybody got sold.
That's gonna be
Everybody
crazy,
got
man.
sold.
That's gonna be crazy.
So awesome, Sony. I really hope you kick it out of the water, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they're anticipating this. That's why they've probably been waiting for so long.
Oh, for sure.
They're probably just
sure.
like, we're not gonna announce it right away. We're gonna announce it when it's
sure.
when it's done,
for sure.
or when it's close to done. It's not out yet in our hands, but it'll be there soon. This year,
Sure.
end of this year. We need some hope, guys. This year has been pretty crappy right now. So, but I'm glad Sony came around. Just like, guys, here's something to get you happy. And I heard from some videos that like the gaming industry is actually getting people a lot more happy despite this whole crazy thing that's going on in our world right now. Like, think about people making friends over playing video games,
Yeah, of course.
or just playing a game that makes you happy because you're playing a story, or like I said, you're making friends, or you see what the PlayStation does where they just announce things like, we're announcing our new console, and then we're announcing the games that are coming with it. Like, you're just getting a lot of people
Yeah.
happy, and
Yeah, everybody's-
that's kind of what we need at this point. So I'm glad the gaming industry is really pushing it and just saying, guys, we're going to give you some happiness because we know times are crappy right now. There's no E3, there's no Comic-Con, there's nothing. So thank you. Thank you, Sony, and I really hope you pull it out of the
Definitely.
water this time around.
Definitely.
Especially with the games. And be easy with the price, please. I know it's obviously it's going to be expensive, but just compete. If Xbox says higher, then you go at least $100 lower. At least. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, is the Xbox out already? Did they announce price?
We know what it's called, the Series X, but we don't know the price for it yet. We know what
Okay,
it
so that
looks
makes
like.
sense.
We know
So
what it
then-
looks like, and we know what the controller is.
So that makes
all
sense.
that.
So they're probably waiting to see
Yeah.
what the price is for the Xbox.
Yeah, Microsoft's sitting there. They're like,
Yeah.
hmm.
They're like, we're waiting for Sony. No, Sony's waiting for Microsoft.
What's
Wait
Bill
a
Gates
minute.
doing over there?
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait to see if to compete with that price. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, and the lines. Woo, woo, woo. I can't wait to
Dude,
see.
it is crazy. So who's
GameStop
that?
will be popular again. Can you imagine?
GameStop's gonna be packed again. If they're smart, and they do this right, where they obviously,
Well, they have said they won't have as many units because of
Well,
the production and
of
COVID.
course, but if they're smart and they have everything that people need when they buy the PS5, then it's gonna be they'll do well. Because everybody's gonna
Yeah.
be in there grabbing everything: games, accessories, controllers, everything.
That should get some of their boosts back
Of
up.
course.
Because the only ever peak they had when they were worth billions was back in 2007 when GTA was like a high peak.
Yep.
And now after that, they haven't really had anything since.
Yep.
So
So this guest on the chat, Maria Borotnik.
Robotnik. I'm happy with.
She says it's Tuesday where she lives.
Oh wow.
So I'm curious where that is. It says
People
Kauai
are-
on the parentheses there. Is that where you're at? Let us know where you're at. That's awesome. Thank you
I'm
for
happy
joining.
with my PS4 and PS3 and my 2 PCs and my 3 iPads and my TV. I got them for free, except my PS4. It wasn't free, but I'm happy with what I have. That's good. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like it's a big requirement to get these things, but as long as you're happy with what you have, I think that'll be wish. That wishes is the best thing.
Yeah.
That lot expensive. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
that's-
everybody's gonna be spending like their car checks or whatever on this thing.
It's pricey. But it's gonna sell. It's gonna do well, and we're just excited. We're excited that it's out.
We want to get it in our hands, man.
Yes.
Holiday 2020.
We can't wait. It's gonna be great, man.
They said there'll be more to come, so we will just have to wait and see what PlayStation says. But they are slow on these things, but for good reason, because they didn't want to go to E3 because Xbox was doing their thing, and they're like, well, this is pointless because we might as well do something on our own.
Yeah, of
and
course.
millions of people watch the stream, so that proves to you.
Of course.
They want to see what goes up. So my thoughts on the reveal, Awesome reveal.
Mine too.
They did an amazing job.
Yeah, they did great. It's going to be very successful. I mean, as that franchise always has been. And again, it just shows that Sony is the leader, I think, in game consoles, and they've always been on top.
PlayStation 2,
Yeah,
PS4.
yeah. It's just they've been awesome, and they're going to do very well. So, those are my thoughts on that. Very excited. Can't wait.
We shall wait,
Yes.
but we can't wait.
Well, we're going to wait now, but can't wait.
All right, let's get into the next topic because this PS5 has just got us excited about a lot of things. But I recently heard in the news, and this came as a bit of a shock, but not too much of a shock to me because I kind of, somewhat expected. But
Okay.
you know Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Of course.
It's going bankrupt now. They're filing for bankruptcy. What? Yeah. Ever since the COVID hit, now from what I've read, ever since the COVID hit, obviously they've been closed. Like everything was when the quarantine started. Everything was closed, right? Like big areas and stuff were closed, and they started losing
Damn,
a
that
lot
sucks,
of
man.
Yeah, they lost $1 billion and from their places.
That's a lot of pizza, dude.
Yeah, and they thought, oh, let's give people a $200 million loan so they could buy us back. Nobody wanted to buy it because they realized that it's not that like
Chuck E. Cheese is iconic, man.
it is iconic. I remember going, like, if you were going when you were like 10 years old or something, or like.
Well, that was even in your generation, but I'm going back to my generation. When I was even younger than you, that was like the poor man's happiest place on earth. All right, I'm telling you, man. Like
no Disneyland, Chuck E. Cheese.
No, hell no, no Disneyland. Disneyland was way too expensive. The weekend would come around, and it was even birthdays.
Birthdays were like
back in the day, man. When I was like maybe like 10, 11, that was the place to have a birthday. Like,
yeah,
dude, just inviting all your friends and family. These long ass tables. And pizza as far as you can see it, and drinks and everything, and then just buckets of coins to play the games. That was the place to be, man.
Yeah.
So that was the happiest place on earth back in the day. That was where you got to go. And you could spend all day there. It never got boring. But
except at the end, you earn like a pencil or something.
Yeah. You spend $5,000 and then you trade in your tickets for a plushie. It was that was always the scheme, but I mean it was fun. It was fun, and damn, that sucks, man. It brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, but I think I could see, because first of all, a lot of things are changing, and they kind of expect some newer kids in their generation to really. Well, it's like this new generation's not like it was back when I was growing up, where we used to go to Chuck E. Cheese most of the time. Like,
it's so different now. Let me tell you why. Because now the big boys come in, like Dave & Buster's, for example.
I feel like Dave & Buster's.
They're like the new age Chuck E. Cheese, But the difference with them, that Chuck E. Cheese, I don't think ever did what I shouldn't say. I don't think that I know that they never did was they never followed what was happening. They always stayed in the old school. They had a lot of the same games, a lot of the same little toys.
Try to update, sorta.
Their spaces never got bigger. Their stores never got bigger, so you're not able to fit new things. And I know that they would target like the younger kids, but at the same time, it's like they were trying to target, very young kids, but at the same time they wanted to target like the teenagers. But when Dave & Buster's came in,
it was for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, they had everything, dude, everything, and the stores were so big. They had awesome games, and then they brought in the food, they brought in the drinks.
Oh my god!
So they took over.
Sport place too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something that Chuck E. Cheese just never expanded with, and maybe if they would have added like a little sports area with like games and stuff for like adults, so the dads could watch the baseball game or the soccer game or whatever, that could have changed it a little bit. But I don't know. I guess they just never thought they needed it or whatever, because they were just targeting the small kids.
Yeah.
But here we are, man. Now they're,
gonna be gone soon.
Yeah. So damn, it sucks, but that was many, many memories, man. For
yeah,
sure.
I mean, it's kind of what they should have innovated, and with Dave & Buster's, they're still putting in stuff. I mean, we went on that new VR ride, which is a complete new experience.
Yeah, that was insane, right?
And that was something that Dave & Buster's, like, that pulled you out of the water, and that just made it so successful.
Yeah.
So Dave & Buster's is still going crazy, and we still go there from time to time. So I will say, R.I.P. Chuck E. Cheese. Hope you can survive out there. I know COVID's been really hitting arcades hard, but at the same time,
I
you
don't
kind
see
of did
them-
this to yourself.
I don't see them surviving. Again, I know it was a nice place to take the smaller kids.
Yeah.
And it's obviously 10 times cheaper than going to a Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very hard to just target the younger kids and stay in business. I think just like the theaters, the movie theaters
Again.
I think they're just gonna slowly fade away. They're just not. They're not gonna be able to sustain.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's they go way back, man. They go way back. They had an excellent run, but that sucks to hear. Yeah, that sucks really bad.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So much of the files are there, but they haven't like officially claimed it. They just said they're going to be closing down a couple stores, but they didn't say like they would go full in.
Yeah.
But if it's on file, then who knows what can happen to that?
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that it's over, man. I don't think anybody's gonna want to save that business. That just, it's the same. They've been the same for, a lot of years, man.
The innovation's there, but it's so slow though.
Yeah.
Like it barely comes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh well.
You kind of did that to yourself, Chuck E. Cheese. I'm sorry.
Chuck E. Cheese.
You were classic. Your pizza was awesome. Your birthday parties were cool. But like I said, if you don't innovate and if you don't change things in the next few years, then it's gonna hit you hard. Because imagine if you went to Disneyland, and you kept seeing the same rides every goddamn year.
Yeah.
You know how they're making bank is because they're changing up their things, getting some employees.
Yeah.
Putting in new rides, new lands, creating California Adventure, doing all this. And they're making billions off that.
Yeah.
And that's something you could have done, but you chose to stay with the old model, and you thought that was going to save you throughout the whole years, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So, sorry about the Chuck E. Cheese. We'll miss you dearly.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Both of us. Both of us will miss you very dearly. I have very good memories about going there all the time.
Oh, for sure. Everybody, I think everybody...
Winning nothing but a goddamn stick hand or whatever the hell those things are called.
Yeah,
the clappers.
Yeah. Dude, and that's another thing too. Their prizes were just crap. I mean, they were just,
No, you get all these tickets like
they were like 2-cent little like gummy things, or like
for like 100 tickets.
Yeah, like a 2-cent paper plane. You just spend like $50 on games, and all you get like the little $2 clapping hands. Yeah. I just think it's time to for the mouse to go into retirement.
Yeah.
So
you already made a little kid's
rat
money.
Or a mouse? What was that thing?
It's a mouse.
It looked like a rat, dude. That thing was ugly. That's the other thing too. It's like they never cleaned him up. It was just like
the animatronics, man.
It was just he just looked, like because when you look at Mickey Mouse, for example,
yeah,
he looks clean. He looks
happy,
sharp and happy.
Yeah.
This guy came out like he was drunk, and just like having the worst day of his life. It's
He's like, oh god, kids.
I think that's another thing too. They should have cleaned him up, man.
Pizza stains.
It was weird, but I don't know. That was a cool generation though.
Maria asked, and I think this was a question from last week's podcast. What's better, tea or coffee? Galaxus says tea.
For me personally, coffee for sure. I love tea. I drink tea when I have certain foods, or I definitely drink tea. But for me, every morning I have to have tea. I have to have coffee.
There, you changed your mind about that.
They're trying to trick me over here. No, I have to have my coffee for sure. Have to have my coffee. I love it.
Yeah, coffee's nice. It's nice to have every other morning, but other than that, you really gotta calm down with the coffee.
Right? I got it right here.
You see, he always drinks it, man. It never goes away. But that's what keeps him sharp and up in arms. That was a weird accent, but
up in arms.
Arms. All right, next topic. We'll switch over these a little bit.
Yeah.
But Rockstar Games. Now, we talked about Rockstar Games a couple times, and they were there at the PlayStation event. However, it wasn't what we expected, and players are pissed. They are pissed off at Rockstar Games right now because they expected when Rockstar was there and they saw the Rockstar logo, they expected kind of like we were predicting. They thought they were going to do a new game or GTA 6 reveal or something like that. But it turns out it's just a GTA 5 upgrade again coming to the PlayStation 5 in second half of 2021. Now the reason why people are pissed about this is because it's not a new game. It's the same GTA 5 we've had for about 7 years.
Okay.
It's getting upgraded for the PlayStation 5, so it's probably going to look really, really well done on the PlayStation 5, like makeover or whatever.
Right.
But they kind of expected a new game, and also they're kind of just, some players are just kind of getting tired of seeing the same thing. I went on Rockstar's channel, and the trailer they posted for the PS5 reveal, and it has over 50,000 dislikes than likes.
Really?
Yeah, that was probably the most disliked trailer ever, and it's not even at 1 million views yet. Typically they get 1 million views within a couple days, but that has not hit it. So what I have to say about this though is that I kind of somewhat expected this, because GTA 5 is still pulling in the billions, and they definitely want to keep that game alive somehow, because if that game is still making money, you need to keep it alive for the next console generation. And why not by just upgrading it and giving players some other things to play with? However, there's another side where this isn't a new game. It's still just the same game over. It's the same exact game, but just getting a graphics makeover or whatever. And basically, you just think about, well, I thought there was going to be that in GTA 6 or Max Payne or whatever they were going to make. But turns out it's not that. It's just a GTA 5 upgrade to the PS5. Again, we don't know what it looks like yet, so we'll have to see and wait what Rockstar is going to be doing with the upgrade. I'm pretty sure they'll do well, because they always use the hardware to their capabilities. Right. But then again, it's not a new game. It's the same 7-year-old game that we've had since 2013, so it's not really going to be the new game. But what do you think? Like, that people are just ticked off at, well, a good game company, but they just, didn't please people.
From my experience, every big company, especially very successful ones like Rockstar, they always have a strategy with everything they do. Not to say that they don't make mistakes, or there's not.
Every company makes mistakes,
of course, but I think that they do their things very carefully, and they have a lot of good people that work for them that, make sure that things go smooth.
Yeah.
So I think certain things are done strategically that might make you think one thing, but they're really preparing themselves for something else. So, there might be a crowd of people that were expecting something different from Rockstar at the Sony presentation, but who's to say, or who knows what Sony has up? I mean, what Rockstar has up their sleeves.
Yeah.
They could have GTA 6 in their pocket already.
Yeah.
And they're not showing anybody, but they're just like, these people are freaking out for nothing. Wait till they see what we got. You never know. It's hard to.
But then again, it's a successful business, and if it's successful, they have to pursue it.
They will definitely pursue it.
That's how business works, people.
Yeah. I just think that a lot of the fans jump the gun a little bit because they want to see something now. They want the content now. Like,
especially since it's been 7 years since GTA 5.
The new PS5 is out. Where's the game?
Yeah.
But I just think that Rockstar does things very well. They're very smart. They know what they're doing, and they were there to look at this and be like, "Oh, that's cool. All right, nice, nice. Our game's gonna play just fine on that." So I think they're doing the things the way they want to do them. Yeah, some people are not going to be a fan of that.
Yeah.
But nothing you can do about that. They're going to bring things out when they want to bring it out.
It's still making billions, dude. They gotta.
They're very successful, and I think they're going to do fine. And we're not all, not everybody's a fan of them waiting or holding the game back or whatever it may be, but
or make the same game again.
That's just the way it is. I mean, look at Sony. How long did they take for PS5?
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
And
since the PS4 came out in 2014, 2013.
I mean, you and I have been talking about for years.
Yeah.
Like, dude, is a PS5 coming out?
We don't even know if it was going to
Yeah.
be called PS5. It could have been called PlayStation something.
Exactly. So I just think it's part of their strategy, and I'm a firm believer that they're going to do just fine.
Like, this is the thing
And
we
they're
need to
gonna-
think
they're gonna
about,
bring
too,
something
is
out.
that they've talked about all this on their reveal and the description of their trailers, that we're going to take full advantage of what the PS5 can offer, and especially with all the specs
sure.
that are in there.
For sure.
GTA 5 is going to look like insane
Yeah.
with all those stuff that they're going to, even though it's like, I'm impressed if they're going to do this with like a 7-year-old game, because this came out on the PS3 back in 2013, and now you're full on upgrading it for the PS5.
Well, I mean, this new console is going to have the newest of everything,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it's going to be awesome to see how those games look on there, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I know you had mentioned a few podcasts ago that this one was going to play all the old games too.
There was a mention about that. They never confirmed it. What they did say about backwards compatibility was that it would be played with PS4 games. So people moving from
I see.
the generation that we have now to going to the next one,
Gotcha.
people won't have to just abandon PS4 right out of the gate, because I think the PS5 will still able to be played PS4
Right,
games.
right.
At least that's what they said in like their talk they did about the specs and everything like that. So backwards compatibility is there, but I don't think it's the further that people were talking about.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it's still good. It's still good. But Rockstar, what I'm hoping for, I'm really hoping that you can pull this out, because right now we don't see the gameplay of it. The thing they released on their trailer was just like clips of their old trailers they released.
Yeah.
So I have faith that they're working on the upgrade right now as we
sure.
speak. So impress us like later on, because it's supposed to come out second half of 2021, so in the middle of 2021. So it's a little while, still a ways away. So if you're taking that long, we'll see, because goddamn, man, it's I'm just surprised how the longevity of GTA 5 has been, though.
Yeah.
7 years, and it's still made like $3 billion already, man.
Yep.
Can you
Yeah.
believe like a game like that like has made so much, or still making so much money, or still getting copies sold, or still making money from the online
Dude,
mode?
people
from
love
playing?
it, man. People love it. People love it, and that's what's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
that's just the bottom line. That's what's going to happen.
It's probably mainly their publishers, because they want this online to succeed, because it's still getting their stocks and
Right,
stuff up.
right.
So they probably want to move it to the next console generation. So when they move up, they still have an upgrade, they still have a platform, they still have
sure.
everything to get
For
players onto the next thing without having to just say, oh, that game doesn't matter anymore because they
Right.
didn't make it for the PS5. So there's two sides of the argument you can say about this. One, you could say, oh, it's a 7-year-old game, why are they doing this again? The other side is that it's going to be an upgrade for sure. Like, this is Rockstar we're talking about. Because Red Dead Redemption 2, they completely built for the ground up for the PS4 and Xbox One. And that took them years to do. Same with GTA. They made it from the ground up for PS3 and everything. I have no doubt that they're doing it for the upgrade for GTA 5. They're doing that from the ground up with all the specs that PS5 is offering. You know, with the frames per second, the resolution, the ray tracing, everything. They're going to...
Listen, like I said, these companies do it right. They got a ton of experience. They've learned from mistakes, and they have some crazy ass people working for them. I think we just need to just take another second to hold on, and a lot of good things are coming. I mean, I'm already excited that Sony did this release. I mean, that's a good sign. That's an excellent sign.
Yeah.
You know, we needed this news and this crap that we're going through.
Yeah.
So that's just the first thing. I think with this release, dude, there's so many good things that are coming. So many good things. I think there's going to be a ton of games out that we can't even imagine right now. Watch, they're
Yeah.
going to get released over the holiday. They're going to keep releasing them.
Trailers will come out.
Yeah, for sure. Then Xbox is going to come out. There's going to be the competition. It's going to get good, dude. It's going to get good. I think right now just people are just so antsy for things, especially in the gaming industry, that you know, one little thing isn't fulfilling them right now. They want more and more and more, but it's coming, dude. I think it's coming, and it's going to be great. So we just gotta.
Rockstar already said they're in early development for their next GTA title, so it's coming.
Dude.
But give them time. Make it. They want to make it good. They want to use the new
Listen,
technology for their full
If
capability.
you were to ask me right now, dude, I'm almost positive Rockstar has it done already.
Oh,
It
come
is
on.
done, dude. It's done. But they're gonna be doing this. They're gonna be poking you and playing with you, and just waiting for everybody to get just like salivating and we want to see it. Trust me, man. These companies, they're smart, man. They're smart, and you know what my thoughts are. Honestly, I think what it is Rockstar actually has it done. But you know what they're doing now? The engineers and developers, they just sit back and they're like, let me see. Let's go to the new Sony release and see what they're talking about. All right, cool. You know what they're doing is they're absorbing all this.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to make tweaks to the game. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be like this. Okay, so let's change this.
They're observing all the specs.
Of course. And then they say, okay, we got GTA 6 done already.
Oh,
let's
God.
do this, let's change this. And they do that because they're professionals and they know what they're doing and they want to get it done correctly because they know what people want. They know what they want to see. So they're just tweaking it for perfection to come out and watch. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. We just gotta hold on to our shorts, dude. Just hold on to our shorts a little bit longer. Let's not get too antsy. It's gonna be great.
But just know it's coming.
It's coming.
Their publishers are not going to say no more GTA because look at what GTA 5 is making. How can you say no? It's
Right.
like Disney saying oh, no more parks.
Yeah.
We're done with that.
Exactly.
It's like no, that's not a smart business move. But speaking of GTA 6, I wanted to ask you, what are the things that because we played GTA 5 a couple of times. You know, probably more than once, obviously.
Yep.
But what were the things that you want to see in a new GTA game that we haven't seen before, though? Is there so many, in terms of like
so many
characters,
things.
cities, anything? Like, what would come to your mind that you say, this game makes it better, or?
Wow, that's a great question. Just because they've done so well already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean GTA 5 is so realistic.
Yeah.
You know, the cities, the airports, the stores. I think if anything, the bigger changes I would make is maybe like vehicles, make them a little bit even more realistic.
Yeah.
You know, have a little add-ons to that.
Well, don't make us go to the gas station every couple of minutes because that's gonna get annoying.
But I'm saying like maybe some newer vehicles that have more realistic features on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to make them look real.
Yeah.
Again, as far as like names, like brands, obviously it's probably a licensing issue and why they don't do it.
Well, they never did it like when GTA
or
started.
maybe they'll never do it because that's the way they do it, like not using real brands.
They use their
know?
own like mind.
Exactly, which is great. But I think I'd change the cars up a little bit, make different cars. You know, I would get more military equipment. You know, different planes, different helicopters, maybe tanks, stuff like that.
Keep the minigun.
Yeah, just stuff that you could, I don't know, just things that you could, more interactive, like that you could you get excited about.
Because the thing about
you
the
know?
controller for the PS5, going back to that,
Right.
is that the controller is going to have so many things. Like, because the triggers, like the R2 and the L2,
Yeah.
they revamped that, meaning like, so if you're pulling a bow, like let's say you're playing a
Right.
game and you're pulling a bow, you hold it and it's just going to do that.
Pull back, yeah.
Yeah, but then the trigger won't go all the way down because you're holding the bow too far.
Okay.
So the trigger's going to like measure your movement on how hard you're pushing the buttons.
Ah.
So they adapted that trigger so much, and Sony has said that it's mainly used to recognize so you can get clear shots or clear visual type appeal. So imagine if you're trying to shoot a gun, it's like, like, could you imagine like
okay.
realistically pulling a trigger on
Yeah.
a gun? And then the other thing is the vibration on the controller is changed. So it still vibrates, but it's gonna vibrate in a way where you can feel the environment. So for example, if you're driving on dirt, it's gonna see if you can feel that dirt realistic. Like it's not gonna pop dirt at you, obviously. It's not
Yeah.
gonna poop dirt and go like.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you feel like the the senses of it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or the vibration of a car,
Yeah.
or getting into an accident. It's gonna be like, boom.
Gotcha.
Dude, Sony's pulling out of that. I really want to use the controller.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maria, you have to leave. No problem. Thank you for jumping on. And please listen to your mother.
That's all we want.
And but thank you for jumping on. Join us next time, okay?
Yeah.
And thank you so much for supporting. Thank you.
But other than that, like, I really want to use this controller and see how realistic it's gonna stay, because it's supposed to like feel. If you're on concrete, you can feel like the realistic visions of concrete or whatever.
Really?
It's supposed to be
That's
like
gonna be
that.
Interesting, man.
Could you imagine if you're driving like on dirt or something, like I said before, and then you just feel that kind of dirt senses, like it's going like tiny little rocks in the controller? Oh my goodness gracious. That is gonna... We just have to wait and see, because I really...
They get better and better. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Rockstar's gonna do it, man. They're gonna touch console, and they're gonna touch the controller.
For sure.
They did it with the PS4, because back in PS3, when you answered the phone, it just hear it through your TV screen. But on the PS4, when they upgraded it, the PS4 had like a little speaker in it, a little speaker in it. And if you answered the phone, the game player that's talking on the phone, like talking to you on the phone, their voice comes from the controller, so you can actually hear like a personal voice to you, that was a good innovation. I was like,
that
whoa,
was pretty cool.
That's something, all right. Or when the light on the controller glows red and blue when the cops are after you.
Yeah.
Which is another thing. They should get the military when you get like 6 stars. Because when you get 5 stars, it's just the SWAT team. But that's at 4 stars anyway. Because when you're at 4 stars, the SWAT team comes after you.
That's right, huh?
But when you're at 5 stars, nothing changes. It's still the 4-star.
Ooh, maybe they should add the military.
They did that in GTA San Andreas. If you got like 6 or 7 stars, bro, the military would obliterate you, man. They'd be like, oh god, this guy's shooting everything in sight. Yeah, get the military. Dude, I want to see the military.
That would be very cool.
That'd be challenging, man. That'd make the law not something to mess with, because the law in GTA 5 is just a joke. It's just a joke. You could just run them over with miniguns and stuff, and they don't care. They just send their SWAT teams like, "Where's the military at?" It's like, "Oh, we're eating some donuts over here. You could take care of them." Unless you're in the military base, then they start picking a fight. But
in the when in the military base, it's so much fun, man. It's so much fun. But I don't know. We'll see. There's so many things we could talk about and imagine, but it's gonna be very interesting to see what they come out with.
There was a clip of GTA 5 where even if a bird flies over, the tank shoots them down. It's like, damn, you don't want anybody in your military base. That's how they are with us, man. They don't want nobody touching their jets, nobody touching their tanks, nothing.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
But
we'll see.
City? Maybe New York again? Because they did New York in GTA 4. Maybe they can.
That's a good question.
Miami? Maybe they can go back to Miami.
Miami?
From Vice City?
Vice City, they did Miami, that's right.
Ooh, that's a good one. Because in GTA 5, it's LA. GTA 5 is based on LA.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, this is a good one. Good city.
I mean, the possibilities are endless, man. They're endless, but we'll see. We'll see what Rockstar comes up with.
We'll see,
We're excited, man. We are excited.
Rockstar, give my dad a pat on the head or something.
Yes. Let me know what is up.
We will support you, but you gotta just let your players know that what you're doing is a somewhat good thing, and just be like, guys, we're not just doing this just to joke around.
I'm sure they're doing a good thing.
We're upgrading this because who knows how long they've been working on this upgrade though, or who knows how long they knew about the consoles before Sony just said, hey guys, we're making it. But they were like, oh, but we already told the developers on it, because according to their for the controller, when they revealed the controller before they revealed the console, the developers already had the controller in their hands to know the basis of the technology.
Right.
So they were like, so the developers know about this, but now we're going to show you guys what the controller looks like now.
I don't know, man.
So everything's tested already. Everything's been testing.
There's so much going on. There's so many things coming out. I think it's going to be let's just put it this way. We've had a crappy beginning of 2020.
Somewhat beginning, in the March.
No, it's been shitty, dude. It's been crappy. But I think the second half is going to be fantastic, and there's a lot of new things coming out. With maybe sports coming back, everything opening up now.
Movies.
We get Movies. Well, movies is still kind of iffy. But well, production is better.
Yeah, production.
I'm just saying when they show them.
Don't go in the theaters again.
And now with Sony's announcement, I think that it's just gonna, dude, a lot of good things are coming. So be ready.
Yeah, thank God we have.
it.
Thank God we have the gaming industry this year,
Yes,
dude. Holy
it is
hell!
great. Jacob
Because-
Ruiz is online. Jacob, what is up, buddy? Thank you for joining. Make sure you push a like. It's the thumb. Yeah, push it.
And also the bell.
Push it right now. Push it. Push it.
But think about this, dude. Like, think about if we're in this year, and the video game industry was just not there anymore. Like, could you imagine if it was just gone?
It's too big, dude. It's too big to
disappear.
go away. Yeah.
Well, Mario saved our lives, man. God
That's
dang.
another thing. What's up with Mario, man? Have you called him?
Called them.
How is he? He's been on a long ass vacation.
Long ass
What's
vacation.
going on with him, man? I think Nintendo's got something
Oh.
up both sleeves.
Well,
They're
from
even sitting back even further in the crowd, going, this is interesting. Let's see what we can do here. See, that's another thing. That's
Nintendo?
another thing. We don't know what they're coming out with, dude.
they're silent.
Dude, they're very quiet.
Well, they announced games, but their console.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. You got, you also got to think that they have something up their sleeve. There's gonna be a lot of competition, dude. It's gonna be good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. Just like the streaming companies that I told you about, going head on. A lot of competition.
Their
These
business
guys-
is booming.
Yeah, these guys are gonna be the same.
Oh, Nintendo.
He said I did press it. All right, Jacob.
Thank you.
For the thumbs up, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Everybody that's been on with us since we started, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for always supporting the gamer and the dad, the only podcast in the podcast world.
Yeah.
The first time that has a gamer and the dad together,
Yeah.
right?
And
We were
Dave,
the
and
pioneers,
remember,
dude.
Dave B. Mitchell says he likes us together.
Dude,
as
Dave B. Mitchell was the man that came on and said, "I like what you guys are doing." That meant a lot.
great.
That meant a lot. Dude, we're the pioneers of this crap.
Yeah.
Gamer and the dad, only one around. What is
Yeah,
up?
but I don't know if you saw. I think
With
you
Cameron
did.
being the gamer, by the way, I don't know if you knew that. Dad, I'm the dad. I'm definitely not the gamer.
Well, if you saw my channel, you clearly know before I
Of
even brought you on.
course, of course. Everybody that's on, tell everybody about it. Like we always say, please support this guy.
4
his
likes,
channel.
boys. Jacob Ruiz,
Um,
give you a shout out.
Thank you so much.
Jacob, talk to him, guys. Talk to him.
Jacob Ruiz, buddy, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you, man. Everybody that's on, tell everybody about it. Let's support this guy right here, Mr. Cam Bam.
3,000
He's-
subscribers, maybe?
Dude, let's do 3,000 by the end of the year. It's totally possible.
I thought
Everybody
2,000 was
subscribe.
impossible, but ooh.
Subscribe to his channel. He's so awesome. Has so many things coming up. So let's show the love. But thank you guys for the love already you show and been showing. Thanks again for everything. Make sure you subscribe, like.
Yeah.
And hit
But
the bell.
also, I think you saw this video, my little rant video that I made
Yes, I did
about
see it.
the Sega Micro Game Gear.
Yeah, what was up with that? Was hilarious. Dude. That was hilarious.
So my friend Crazy Greg, he was actually in the video. I saw his video and I put his video in there with his credit and everything. And basically, for a 60th anniversary of the console, they're gonna make a tiny little baby one with 4 games in it in each color.
So you and I were on the phone talking about this, dude, and you were just like
What the
beside
hell?
yourself. We're like, what in the hell is this thing? All right, so my first question to you is, from your experience
Yeah.
and your expertise on this, why on earth would they do this and come out with something like that?
Because they don't make consoles anymore, so they're probably like, guys, let's make a little comeback.
It
Let's-
can't be that, dude.
Well-
it can't be that this company said, we don't have access to
Hardware.
developers, to engineers. Let's come out with something that a 2-year-old developed. I mean, what is the issue there, man? What was the problem?
I
It
have
can't
no
be.
idea.
It can't be finances.
No, it cannot be finances.
That's all they can afford to make this little thing that I don't know. You start with the battery. How does it even work? Is it batteries?
I think it's USB connection. They said USB, that type thing.
My lord.
But $45 each one,
Yeah.
and multiple colors.
Dude, they better give us away at the 7-Eleven. $45.
That's what I'm saying. You can find
What
these
were they
things and like
thinking, dude?
I have no idea. For 60th anniversary though, like 60th.
I would love for them to come out in front of a mic and talk to everybody and tell me why
The hell?
in the world did they develop this? What did they think was going to come out of this? I don't know. That people were going to buy 5 at a time?
No, because they're selling a pack for $250. You
I
can
know.
get every single one of them
Yeah, but then they sell them individually, right?
for $45. Yeah.
Okay, so what? They think they're going to sell the 5-packs like crazy?
No.
Like, I'm going to buy you 5 of them for $200 so you guys have different games. This is not
Jesus.
going to happen. Why are they doing this?
I have no idea. They say like, oh guys, this is our 60th anniversary, so we thought this would be a nice thing to release. I mean, do you remember the Game Gear back in the day? The Game Gear was a big little handheld console that was
Yeah.
competing with the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And that thing was actually pretty good. And a lot of people enjoyed it. But having a micro one and just having 4 games in one instead, because I know in my rant that I made some mistakes that saying there was 1 in each console. Well, it turns out there's 4 games in each Game Gear.
In each unit.
Yeah, in each unit. But every color has different 4 games.
Okay, so here's the other thing. Please confirm what you said about the size of the screen. What was the size of the screen?
I think it was a couple inches or something. Like maybe 2 inches, 5 inches maybe.
No, was it 2 or 5?
Maybe somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly because I was just on a big rant. But if you saw the picture, it's small. It's like you need glasses to see that.
That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. I don't know.
Sega, come on now.
Yeah, Sega, what the hell happened? I was a big fan of Sega.
Yeah.
I mean, why
But
would
like you said
develop
before,
this?
every company makes mistakes. And Sega's clearly
Well-
no exception.
Well, absolutely, yes, I agree. But how do you make mistakes when there's so much stuff already out?
Yeah.
Like look at the Nintendo Switch,
Yeah.
right? Look at what else is a kind of handheld console, sort of.
Maybe
What was the other one?
Game Boy was a very popular thing back
But now,
in, like,
besides the
Oh, but besides the past things, maybe DS, because DS is still like a modern thing.
Right.
So they're still selling a couple of those.
Okay.
But as far as handheld consoles, that's the most popular ones I know. As far.
plus you have all the tablets that are out. The Samsung tablet, the iPad, the Samsung tablet. You didn't understand that? Let me repeat it for you. The Samsung tablet. That's the way I said it.
Amazon tablet,
Amazon tablet.
iPads.
Okay, so my point is that you see all those out also.
Yeah.
Nice, can hold them perfectly. Big screens,
Yep.
bright. Mm-hmm. You got the Nintendo Switch, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Why come out with this thing, dude? Could you have not put more time and money into this and go, it's gonna be a celebration of a certain anniversary. Let's put a little more time into this. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I feel like it's not going to sell as well, and they're just going to start selling these in like 7-Eleven or something.
I just said that you're gonna see them. It's gonna be an impulse buy. You're at the market. You just got 7-Eleven. You just got yourself a Slurpee, and like, I'm just gonna pick up this little Sega game. It's gonna be on sale. It's gonna have that like orange sticker on the front of it. That they put on in the morning. They dropped it like $10 because they're not selling. I don't know, man.
Dude, Sega, you better come up with something. I mean, they just announced this like a couple weeks ago, so maybe things could change. But at the same time, you don't look
Why
like.
not come out with a console?
Oh,
Get into the competition circle, man. Yeah, maybe you get your ass kicked a little bit by Sony and Xbox, but
and Nintendo.
get into the fight, man. I think they have the power to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Why
if
not give us more options?
If you're $1 billion company,
Yeah,
then-
why not give us more options? Why not? Can you imagine? Sega comes out with the console? I would be interested in seeing it,
Oh yeah,
right?
I'd be impressed that they're making consoles again.
Dude, why not? Why not? People right now are just, they're looking for new things and
That's why I made the joke. Is like the PS5 and Xbox Series X is coming out, but oh, guess what? The micro Game Gear is coming out. So like, you have all these new big consoles that are coming out.
Yeah.
And keep in mind this micro Game Gear is coming out in October, which is only is very close to where the next
a few
consoles are
months
going to be.
away, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a good release. I mean, that's probably where the anniversary is coming in, so it makes sense. But at the same time, that's when the new consoles are
Well,
going to be.
maybe they're bringing out sooner than the rest because they want to see how hard they're going to hit the ground when it doesn't do well.
I don't think so, man.
Why did they come out with a big console, man, and just come out with games? Why fool around like this? It's like, yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know. Somebody.
If you guys want to get one, get one. Don't buy the $250 one because you're gonna be bored out of your mind. Like you're gonna lose those. Those things are small. They fit like this.
Yeah, my complaint is there's just too much competition out to come out with something so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna come out with something, at least come out with something that you could defend yourself with.
Yeah.
It's like if I put this
it's anniversary. It doesn't matter.
No, it's not even that. It's like if I put this up against Sony or Microsoft or
Nintendo,
anybody, Google, anything, they're gonna be like,
they're gonna laugh at you.
What is that? Did you just make that in the bathroom? You just made that, right? It's like, come on, Sega,
you have the people, you have the money,
dude. They have everything. I think it was just a quick. It's 60. It's been 65 years, whatever the hell it is. Let's come out with something to celebrate. What are we spending on it, boss? I don't know, $10. I don't know. What's the budget? I don't know. All right, $25. Do what you could do with $25. Come back, show me what you got.
And the games aren't even remastered. It's the same game with the same technology.
What the hell was that, man?
But on a more tiny screen.
Yeah, Sega, dude. Get your people back into the office, close the doors, and go, we messed up completely, guys. We're going to do this over.
The one good thing you said was that you're going to take more time in making Sonic games and use your money and things to make better Sonic games.
Then make a effing console, dude. Then make a console. What is going on? What is this? If you're going to make games, make a console. Just get into the game. Don't be afraid to get into the game. Spend some money, make a console.
You got successful games. You have a successful movie.
Right.
Which I'm pretty sure you get shares of that because that's your character.
For sure they are.
So if we can boycott Paramount, what we did with the Sonic design and stuff, I'm pretty sure we could say something about this. I'm pretty sure players are not having it. Greg and I agree that this thing, it's like you just took a fart on something.
And a couple podcasts before, when I was way younger than you, your grandma and grandpa got us one of the first Segas.
Sega Genesis?
No, it was before Sega Genesis. It was this long console, like reddish brown with black or whatever. And we used to play the game Choplifter on it, which was one of my favorite games. This was back in the late 80s, I think. We were so excited, and it was so cool. So how does Sega go backwards? And from that console that was so innovative back then and so cool, now in 2020, even though they're celebrating something, come out with something so crappy. It's just not. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Sega.
Maybe remaster the game.
Call our engineers back. Get some Starbucks, dude, or something. Put them on the office and go, you know what? We messed up completely. I don't want my game being sold in 7-Eleven. So let's redo this. Fine. If you got to release it, it's already going to be out, or you already announced it. Release it, whatever. Make it a little kiddie toy.
But I tell you, you're not gonna.
But dude, go back and design yourself a console. Get into the console game. Release some games. Get into this whole. Get into it. Get into the group of consoles. Give Sony, give Microsoft some competition. Let's get out there. Don't come out with this crappy thing.
You don't even have to be. You don't even have to be the thing to make big games like first-person shooters or open worlds like that. Microsoft and Sony are a part of with developers. Look at Nintendo. Nintendo still makes classic Mario games like Mario Kart platformers that are just engineered with great graphics and everything on their Switch. But it's still the classic Mario that we all know and love. So you could do that with your new consoles, whatever it could be. Change their minds. Change anything. I don't care. I didn't think the Switch was going to do the portability mode, which I thought was a fantastic feature. You could do that and keep your games.
Look at Nintendo. Nintendo's had Mario since day one. And Mario
is their moneymaker now.
And he's
mascot,
never gotten any older. He's the same Mario. And we're in 2020, and Nintendo is still super successful. They have a Nintendo Land that's going to open in Universal.
A movie.
I mean, a movie. Come on, Sega. Sega. I remember that, man. Oh my god, that was so awesome. Sega.
Don't poop on your image.
Sega, if you're listening, Sega, do it right. Go back to the table.
We're the captain now.
Yeah. Go back to the table, get your board members in order, and get all the engineers.
Call the CEO or
everything.
something, man.
Do something. Get into the console game, man. You guys can do it. I look forward to seeing something like that. Get back in it. This was horrific.
But then again, we'll see how it performs, and we'll see the reviews when the thing actually is in people's hands.
Yeah, but it's just so crappy. Because I can't compare it to Nintendo Switch. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah,
There's
right.
absolutely no way.
Yeah.
So why do this? Why do it? Why do it like that?
Well,
But
I can tell you, there's not going to be any games for it because there's only 4 games in each color.
We'll see.
So
We'll see, man. That was.
You better change the price of it too. $45 is a bit asking much for something that just doesn't have. Maybe like $30 most, or $20, man. Almost $50 for this thing.
I'm curious.
No one should spend $250 on these damn things.
Not at all, man.
That's like buying a Switch almost halfway to a Switch.
Yeah.
Or a new console. You're gonna be spending way too much on little baby toys.
We shall see.
All right, so that got me there on that little thing.
Yeah,
but
that was
a fun video to make.
That was a really funny video. Yeah, Sega, step up, man. Show us something.
I wish good
that.
for you though.
Yeah.
But other than that, you made a boo boo. Every company makes boo boos, but
Yeah.
this one don't tarnish your image.
Yeah, that was a liquid boo boo.
a liquid.
A liquidy boo boo.
Ugh, that's disgusting. All right, let's get the rants out of our heads real quick. All right, so there was reports I was reading a couple days ago, and it was about Activision. So you know the big game publisher, Activision. Activision. So their CEO, Bobby Kotick is his name, and he's been there for years and years, almost decades now. So basically what's happening is that both the EA CEO and the Activision CEO have been reported that they've been being paid way too high, as according to analysts. They've been being paid like, I think average CEOs get like maybe $5 million in their yearly salary. I don't know how it works, but somewhere in the millions they get. Okay. That's their thing. But apparently these CEOs, they get like, from what I've read, and they say it's too high, they get like $20 million all the time. Like both these CEOs, they're paying way too high because most of that money is not going to their employees. They laid their employees off, or their pay cuts are docked, or whatever the case may be. But they don't really use that money for a lot of stuff. And they say, oh, well, we're not going to see that employee. We're just going to pay dock, and that'll come to the CEO, so it'll come to me instead. I was like, is that really a way to work for a big billion-dollar publisher? I mean, you already have billions of dollars already. Because, I don't know, like, you don't feel that's too high, right? Because imagine if you're working and then the CEO is just like, you get this pay doc or whatever.
What's Activision into right now? What are they?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the game they released in October, it's already made billions of dollars. And their little add-on sales, because you know how in mobile games they have those microtransactions or whatever, those little things you buy? They have that in Call of Duty, and they made, according to the $945 million on those things, on those sales. And their game sales has already passed $1 billion, so they're successful with that. As far as EA, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Dude, the FIFA is nuts.
Yeah,
FIFA is nuts, man. But it sucks for these workers that they get their pay docs and everything, and all that money it just goes to the CEO. He's like, well, I'll get the money. I don't want it to go to waste. It's like, but this money has to go to the games, the employees. Go to waste. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
You already have a mansion. You already got a Ferrari.
He's got 5 of them probably, man.
But I feel bad for the employees, though, man. Those guys work their butts off to make great content.
It sucks that some of these companies they can't manage their stuff correctly. I mean,
I understand you like money, and obviously you have to have money in your business. But think about the people that give you that opportunity for business.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have all this, the Call of Duty games, without those developers. Those developers work sweat and tears, like 3 or 4 years to make the game.
I agree.
And you got to give them a decent pay or just give them like the budget they need. You can't just say, oh, we're just going to give you this, and if the money goes to waste, it all goes to me anyway, and I get my stock back. It's like,
Yep.
no, help your employees.
Yep.
Do something. And I understand they did say, like, when the COVID hit, they're doing a lot of things to keep their employees at home, keep all that. Well, you have to do that. You have to do that because that's kind of how the government did it. But other than that, dude, like, these people work blood, sweat, and tears to do this stuff.
They do. I don't know. Activision's been pretty quiet though. Besides those games, right?
Yeah, I mean, they had games, but mainly they just release games all the time. Like, every year they release a game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of these companies, they just sometimes they do things stupidly.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't think about, you know, some of the employees or some of the people that that are a big part of the whole project.
Yeah.
You know, and that sucks. But hopefully it gets it turns around and they get some stuff straight. But it happens in that industry, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
It happens.
it's kind of how it is, and it's surprising how successful Activision is getting, like, this year, but they just don't realize, like, again, that success doesn't just come from just pooping out something. That
Yeah.
comes from something else.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
that's the thing I've always looked at too. Make sure that companies are taking care of their people, you know, because that's how the product is coming out.
yeah,
You know, that's who's bringing it out. That's who's developing it. So.
and you're
well,
giving them the budget and
Exactly.
the things for it.
But hopefully they straighten that out, and
Yeah.
they do it right. But we'll see.
Well, EA has been a little worse than Activision because it wasn't about the CEO, but it was about how they developed things. When they were making, like, I don't know what game, I think it was called Anthem or whatever the game was, a lot of their developers were pushed around too much because they were developing the game and they're like, hey guys, can you come work on FIFA real quick? It's like, but we're working on this game. It's like, no, you got to do this. It's like,
they were just pulling them up.
but you can't do that though. Like, you got to work on one game, and you should have like a sports developer team or whatever, because these games come out like every other September or
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
and they're not too different from one another, other than like maybe a graphics upgrade maybe. But other than that, there's not really too much to go into,
Right.
and you can't really just say, guys, you work on this game that you never worked on before. It's like, but that's a franchise that's been going on for how many years now? And you're
Yeah.
just telling us just to work on this now, even though we're working like on a totally different game that's not like relatable to the slightest.
Right.
And pushing your developers like that to make them go work on a sports game that they have no clue on what the hell like this is, like they probably don't even know like how the football things work or how the soccer works or anything like that. You can't really put your developers on, like, you say this if you got like a first-person shooter guy that makes the first-person shooter games for them, and then they just go like, oh, hey, we're going to pull you to make this weird sports game for us. Make the next FIFA for us. It's like, what? How do I make the next FIFA? That's not my wheelhouse, man.
Yeah.
You hired me to work on this first-person shooter for about a couple years, and now you're saying you want me to work on your yearly FIFA games. It's like, no, that can't work like that, man. You need to get your EA games back on the track.
I just think these companies need to straighten a couple things up, but I think it'll get there.
Yeah.
I think it'll get there, and I think it will.
Like, I understand it's
It will,
a
correct
big
itself.
industry. It could get tiring because you're working on it for so many years and you just want this thing to come out.
For sure.
I'm sure Rockstar
sure.
feels the same way. But at the same time, these people are still people. They're still human beings. We have to treat them like human beings.
Of course.
We can't just treat them like they're some computer or
course.
something, even though they work on computers like every other god darn day. So it's...
I think it's going to come out to be fine. They'll straighten things out,
Yeah.
and they'll be good.
But
They'll be good, but
please take care of the employees.
they will. They have to, man. They have to. It's nowadays. It's just that's just it's too critical not to. I think a lot of companies nowadays have learned about not taking care of their employees. What the repercussions are about that. And so I think they will. They just probably needed to wake up a little bit So hopefully they did.
Get the CEO like out of his Ferraris. How many does he have again?
Yeah, he probably has 5 or 6. He probably has to start selling them to show a little.
To get more money?
A little humbleness.
Goddamn.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Just want to make a quick announcement. I know I said this a long time ago, probably on episode 3 or 4, that we had some T-shirts coming for the Gamer and the Dad podcast. I just got a notice that they will be here next week. Next week. T-shirts for the Gamer and the Dad podcast. I'm very excited. So once we get them, we'll let you guys know. Cam will put it up on his page, and possibly on next Monday's episode, we will start the competition.
Showing them off or something.
Yeah. We'll show you guys, and we'll start the competition and see who's gonna win themselves a T-shirt.
Hell yeah!
And so they can wear our faces on their shirt. But yeah, just want to let you guys know about that. And once again, thank you guys for jumping on. It's been a beautiful Monday here.
Yep.
I hope it's a great Monday wherever you're at. Continue to have a great Monday. Be safe. And remember to always, always be humble, guys, wherever you're at, whoever you're with. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell for notifications for anything coming up in the future. And thank you so much.
Thank you. And we're glad to be back hanging around, man. It's great to be back with Dad.
Hell yeah.
The Dad.
Love you, dude.
Love you too, Dad. I think there was...
Love you.
Damn. Yeah, that's how our love is, guys. There was one comment that made me laugh a bit. I want to see if I could find it. Sonic GTA 6. Wait until we see Dad Gamer.
Hell yeah.
So when GTA 6 comes out, you're already full game on.
I'll be completely trained and ready to go.
Yeah, but guys, thank you so much for watching this weekly podcast. See you guys next week. We should have the shirts by next week.
Yes.
And we'll make a post about that. But
Thank
then
you
again,
guys.
watching it live or watching it from beginning to end, when
Yes.
it's as a video form, YouTube, don't ban it, please. We've been super nice about this.
We've been so careful, so careful.
We will be careful.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
always.
Guys, thank you so much. And share it with everybody, please. Share it with whoever you can. Put it on your social media. Whatever you can do. Just share it. Subscribe. Tell everybody to subscribe to help out Cam here with his channel. All right? Hit the like, bell for notifications. And thank you again for watching and giving us a little bit of your time. We appreciate it so much. And we will see you next week. Stay safe and be humble.
Next week, guys. Have a great Monday.